Ladies and gentlemen, woo! Welcome to a game I don't know a lot about, actually. I'm going to talk about that first because it's kind of a weird situation for me. There I was, a young man. I'd bought my GBA and a couple of games on it. Nothing too fancy, just like the Mario stuff, including this game. Started playing it, everything was cool. Got homeless, went out and tried to make some money. Failed at getting a job because being homeless means you can't really get a job. And as a result, I sort of needed money for things like food. So one of the first things that happened was I sold off a lot of my stuff. I didn't sell off everything. I didn't have everything. But one of the things I actually did have with me by what is effectively coincidence was my GBA. In hindsight, I wonder if it was the right call to sell it off. Because I missed out on a decent chunk of the GBA as a result of this. I didn't actually get back to the GBA until closer to, well, I mean, when the DS came out. Because my girlfriend at the time actually got me an SP. So, point is, this is one of those games that kind of slipped into the cracks as a result of that. So I started playing it, and then I stopped. And I never really went back. I actually haven't played this game since it came out. And this game came out a hot minute ago. Now, let's see here. Someone actually asked earlier when this game came out. I'm double checking my numbers here. Yep, I'm right. 2001. So it's actually been 5 years since the previous game, which is about right. It was 92 and then 96, and now we're in 2001. Pretty decent gaps, all things considered, between them. So each of these games, I would like to say this is a tech demo game. Actually, it's not. It really isn't. This is a weird one, though. This is one of the first games to come out in the GBA. In fact, this game came out 4 months after the GBA launched. And it had a big selling feature right on the back of the box, which, try to be surprised, it was the multiplayer co-op. What you could do, and this was relatively new at the time, especially in 2001. So there was this thing called the link cable, which I'm sure some of you remember from the GBA. And you could hook your GBAs up together with the link cable. As long as one person owned the game, all of them could play. And that was kind of a big deal. The DS would repeat this, if you remember, the DS Mario Kart. Although in the DS's case, it would be wireless, but same general concept. And being able to just buy one game, but for Game Boys, was something that was considered a selling point and was honestly kind of revolutionary for 2001. So that was the big selling feature. And it sold like, well, crazy. And yeah. But here's the thing. This is the first, and I do believe only, Mario Kart, at least real Mario Kart. We're not counting that mobile trash, to not be made by Nintendo. This game was made by Intelligent Systems. And if that name doesn't mean anything to you, well, they made a couple of other side games, WarioWare, a couple little gimmicky. Oh yeah, and the Paper Mario series. Now, that means this is the same dev team that made Paper Mario 2, and also, yes, that thing, and also Paper Mario Sticker Star. So, anyways, not a lot of track record there. They went out and they said, okay, we're going to make our own game. But wait, we don't want to make our own game. For whatever reason, Intelligent Systems didn't actually want to make their own Mario Kart. I know that sounds strange. So what they did was they set out with this very specific goal. They wanted to merge Mario Kart 64 and Super Mario Kart into a new game, which was basically going to just be both combined. Okay. So let's talk about some of the basic changes here. Lives are back for some reason. I just this is the first game that actually uses difficulty items. So instead of the CCs just changing the speed of the cards, that was the previous two games. Now the enemy uses different items based on which CC you are. It changes how often they will use items, and it changes what items they will get access to. That's actually a legitimate difficulty setting. It's the first Mario Kart to actually have a difficulty setting of that variety. So drop that down. That's a potential. Put that question mark there. I do think that's a decent way to do difficulty. We'll see how that goes going forward someday when we get to future Mario Karts. They added stars. Anybody who's ever tried to 3-star this game knows why I just stall. because they added stars. Let me talk about this for this is absolutely insane. If I could just be blunt for a second. In fact, if I could literally show you this. Because, so, okay. Anybody, you know what it means to like 3-star something or get an S rank on something or whatever, right? Like you understand that concept. I'm sure you do. Surely, surely, surely. Well, they added this system, and then they added this system in place here, this wonderful list of things in order to determine your skill points. And all this stuff is being calculated the whole time as you're going throughout the map. Most of this stuff actually detracts from your points. Some of it actually adds to it. The bottom line is once you got down here, you could see these things, and this would be your skill rating right here, depending on how well you do. It's, sure. Here's the wiki for the game. But anyways, it's a good wiki. Don't worry, don't worry. But it's hysterical because some of this stuff is absolutely psychotic. This is my first personal favorite. Frame outside track. Each frame the character spends on an off-road section of the track decreases skill points by 0.25. Each frame. Now, stars are not required for unlocks, so I'm not going to ding this. But yeah, this is basically achievement system. The problem with this is this isn't very well designed. Like, it's an achievement system, so I'm not going to ding it too hard. But this is absolutely bonkers in terms of the specifics of design. Just to use another example. Where is it? Yeah. So if you use a star at any point in time, you just lose 30 points. Because you lose. Yeah, braking reduces your score. Not holding down acceleration reduces your score. If you hit a wall, you lose 20 points. And remember, your goal for the entire thing is 329. This is not very well designed, like I said, because you have to be playing on 150cc. Well, you have to, because that's how you get the 143, just as a default there. And you have to be like it's playing as Yoshi awards 0 points. Oh, by the way, here's your difficulty options. It's right here. Bowser is the hardest. Again, we're back to Bowser being the hardest. I'll talk about that in a second. DK and Wario are the second hardest. Mario and Luigi are third. Peach and Toad are fourth. And the easiest is Yoshi. Yoshi. Anyways, this system was hated at the time. I'm not going to dig it too far from a review perspective, but I wanted to mention that because it was one of the most common things that people were talking about when we were going through it, when we were actually playing it, is because the requirements for those were absolutely bonkers. And nobody knew that chart at the time, right? So you'd play the match, right? And you'd get all golds, and you'd be like, yeah, and then you'd get 1 star, and be like, why did I get 1 star? So you'd do the cup again, and then you'd go through, and you'd get all golds, and you'd get an A instead of 1 star. And it's like, what? Because none of this is on-game. None of this does anything here. So that was kind of irritating. I think the word we're going to use there is irritating. But it is ultimately just for points. Let's see, what else? Racers have stats, again, just like in Super. They're actually a nice development, and this is probably establishing what would become the norm for stats in the franchise going forward. So you have your basic stuff, acceleration, weight, speed, braking, that's a new one, handling, drifting, and off-road. And these stats would continue into, I think, as recently as 8. I'm not sure if Mario Kart World has these kind of stats. And they're all pretty obvious. Acceleration is obvious. Weight is how you interact with other people. How far you bounce. Speed is obvious. Braking is obvious. Handling is obvious. Drifting, it changes the curvature of it and how much of a boost you get out of it. And of course, off-road changes how much the off-road affects you. There's one huge problem here, and this is a bug, so we're going to give this a negative for bug. Because the top speed is a lie. So, for example, Bowser is supposed to have top speed. That's supposed to be the trade-off, right? And that was a problem back in Super, because in Super, there wasn't really anything to take advantage of that. It's a problem here because it's literally a lie. Everyone has the same top speed. So the only difference with Bowser is it takes him longer to get to the same speed than it takes everyone else to get. This also means, and I just mentioned this, Bowser is once again hard mode, which I wouldn't mind if that was a deliberate thing. If they just said, Bowser is hard, right? Like if there was just like a red outline, right? Hard character, medium character, something. I wouldn't mind that. But unfortunately, nothing in the game supports that, so it doesn't get credit for that. Because as I said back in Super, I wouldn't mind that if that were true. We're back to static tables of rivals like in Super, and there's no new items. In fact, they actually got rid of the banana trails and the mines from Mario Kart 64. And believe it or not, that's kind of it. The people who made this game have not been very verbose in talking about it, so I don't have a lot of behind-the-scenes-y stuff to talk about here. So, without further ado, champion technical difficulty. There we go. There we go. So, a couple quick show-off things. I should mention something. We need to decide something. So hang on, that music's piercing, so 1 second. Here's the problem. I am physically incapable of doing multiplayer. See, I mentioned earlier one of the big reasons why I don't have a lot of history with this game, but there's a second reason. Because remember, me and my sister have done 2 separate Mario Kart tournaments in my streaming career. And we've never played this game because we can't. It is not feasibly reasonable in order to be able to access multiplayer at all, because it was designed to be used with the link cable with physical hardware, and that's just a colossal pain to emulate and or to get set up here on the Switch. So multiplayer doesn't exist. I know we tend to kind of gloss over multiplayer modes when it comes to game reviews on purpose. But in this case, I think we literally can't give any pause. Because at least in Mario Kart 64, there's a multiplayer mode there. You just have to hook up a second controller for it. And you can just sit down and there's levels and styles. But we can't even access it here. I can't even show you it, which is a damn shame because they added a bunch of new modes, and there's like this gold coin mode, which is kind of cool, and a bunch of stuff that'll later get ported forward to future games. But here it's just... So I would like to argue that we shouldn't give any positives for multiplayer whatsoever, because it doesn't exist. Which sucks because it was the main selling point for the game. So... single player here. So we got the GP, of course, time trials, whatever. Quick run is one of our new things. So as you can see, here's our characters. I will play as hard mode. Oh yeah, it actually says speed low, weight high. Yeah, that's a lie. These stats are all a complete lie, by the way, except for weight. Weight is the only thing that's actually accurate here. That speed stat is a complete lie. Let's pick random. Look familiar? Generally speaking, when I hear people talk about the worst Mario Kart game, it's always the 3 games in question that we have been playing over the last couple of days. I posit that Wii has so many more issues because of everything I mentioned during the 64 VOD. I'm sure the Wii is beloved, and I can tell you exactly why. It's because it's on the Wii. Yeah, now imagine you're playing this on a GBA, with no backlight, by the way, because the SP doesn't exist yet. I mean, my personal preference, 64 is still my least favorite, but from a review perspective, I think Super wins that particular contest. You notice the physics on the red shells is the same too. Sorry, this is taking a moment because I'm trying to show something off here. Yeah, my star score is going to be so low. Might not get last, though. Oh, it's weird, isn't it, Plutonia? Yeah, the SP was such a game changer. I think I've mentioned this before. I didn't really play much of the GBA, not just because of the homeless thing, but just because of that backlight problem until the SP, and all of a sudden it was just like, oh, hey, holy crap. Then I played the crap out of it. And then the DS came out, and I played it on the DS instead. But anyways. So that's Quick Run. Believe it or not, I actually like the inclusion of Quick Run, and it would become a regular feature of the game going forwards. So, I know this sounds strange, but I'd like to posit a positive for it. So in case it's not obvious, Quick Run is, I just want to do a lap on a track. Pick a track, go run that track. Once you finish, you can change who you're playing as, you can change which track you're in, you could change the difficulty, you can change whatever. It's just go do a map. If that sounds familiar, congrats, you've played any Mario Kart since then. I don't know if you could turn off CPUs. Okay, so let's actually go do the real game here. This is gonna suck. Okay, so... yes, Blade Journal, sorry. I mean, yeah, in a sense. We haven't even locked special yet. Speaking of that background, watch this sucker. Actually, for what it's worth, I think this is the best looking of the 3 Mario Karts we've covered so far. Whatever that's worth. Oh my god, Bowser's so terrible. Kid Viper, whatever you do, avert your eyes. Avert your eyes, Kid Viper, no! I mean, the sprite work is solid. The down graphic thing is basically the SNES again, but just a little bit more detailed. Like, there's actual doodadding and styling to the graphics on the ground now, instead of just being a green blob. And I like the backdrops. Yeah, it's the GBA. GBA and good sprite work were kind of a hand-in-hand thing for a while there. I was 0.08 behind that guy. Yeah, I'll admit I've never liked early 3D. Not then, and certainly not now. I don't acquiesce to my bias on the matter. Oh, 1 second. Oh, it's errors. Sorry. Sorry, this is taking so long. Give me a sec, give me a sec. There we go. Actually, I know a lot of people like the soundtrack of this game. We'll see as we go through. I mean, I doubt it's going to beat 64 soundtrack, but still. No! No! Crabs! Damn it. Hey, meanwhile, the Shy Guys are over there just having fun. Like you. I mean, yeah, the sound font is terrible. The banana chain, J. Palmer. When you have the whole chain of bananas behind you. You know, the best item in Mario Kart 64. Frickin' DK. Alright, alright. We got this. I think it's the level we did earlier to show off the one mode. No bananas would be weird, admittedly. Considering how long that's been a thing. There's only one Mario Kart that didn't have bananas that I'm aware of, and that was the beta version of the original Super, which actually had oil spills. Gosh darn it. Ah. Triple shells are well designed, too, I'll give you that. Oh, Jesus Christ. Bowser is so bad. Ah! Ah! So what do we think of the turn indicators? One thing I do know is those were a bit of a conceit because they couldn't figure out another way to try and indicate where the player was turning quickly. And the render radius in this game isn't great, so they were like, here, there's a right turn, there's a big jump, here's a loop-de-loop, here's a left turn, there's a U-turn, etc., etc. My biggest problem is when they show up is way too late. I've already kind of been ignoring them, to be honest with you. Jump, jump, jump. Slide, slide. Oh god, imagine if this was voice acted. That's cursed. Oh, that's cursed, Noctis. Oh god, I look away for 1 second. I look away for 1 second. Oh, and I've lost. Well, I guess we get to show off those lives. Well, maybe not. Hang on. Yes! Power. Now, I actually think they're a negative, because they're very in the way. And as you say, they show up way too late. So... I think I would put them under visual distinction, because they're just a distraction. Like, they get in the way of visual distinction. Hey, Milker Blade. Ah! And hey, Walker. Jesus. Come on. Ah! Bowser is, of course, terrible at his own track. Oh yeah, for whatever reason, the intelligent system people really liked Bowser, probably because they made the Mario RPGs, where Bowser's one of the best characters. This is speculation on my part, because I don't know why, but for whatever reason, this game has the most Bowser tracks of any Mario game. I forget the exact number, it's like 9. I'll explain that in a minute. I guess I can explain it now. So there's an alternate mode where you can play all the SNES tracks, too. So this game has all the SNES tracks, in addition to having all the GBA tracks. But even if you don't count the SNES tracks, there's still 4, I want to say? Yeah, 4 Bowser levels in this game. 1 for each cup. I'm wrong. 4 out of 5. My bad, I forgot there was 5 cups. Yes, mortal. Sorry. We're back to having, you know, title thing. No, it totally did, Blade to Ball. Yay. The bomb's just there, hanging out. You suck! I like the pixel art, I don't even care. Hey, we got rank E. Apparently, I really suck. Yeah, this is the one where you could set red shell bombs and red shell traps, and they're insanely accurate. Okay, so let's play someone other than the worst character. Let's see. Hey, look, rank E. Woo! So, you may or may not have already noticed something kind of strange about this one, compared to the other ones we've already played. I'll give you a second to guess what it is. Any guesses? Drifting is terrible. But no, it's the length. Each of these tracks is the same length as a SNES track. If you remember, on the SNES you had to do 5 laps because the tracks were so short. Except there's only 3 laps per track. So you absolutely fly through this game. It's part of the reason why it has more tracks than the previous two games does. More cups and more tracks is... Oh, God. Hang on. Pop up, no, One of my favorite tracks visually. So, it's probably not obvious, but the ground is slippery here. Like I threaded the needle there and completely didn't hit anything. It also means you have very little time to recover, because the tracks are so short, and the grouping is so relatively tight. But it also means it doesn't take that long to recover. It's an interesting trade-off. As I showed off earlier accidentally, by going from 8th to, like, 3rd in a single lap. Which I'm getting pretty bad luck here, so that's probably not happening this time. No new items whatsoever. Not much going on here. There's not much to review. There's SNES tracks, which means there's not a lot of design here. I actually am quite good at Mario Kart. Except for 3 Mario Kart games, which I'm not particularly good at. You know, the ones I played yesterday and today. It handles a lot better than the SNES one, though, so I don't think I'm going to give a handling negative. Even Bowser handled better. There's still a little bit of fishtailing, but that's just the... Maybe there isn't, I don't know. I don't feel like I'm fishtailing that much, let me put it that way. Like, it looks like I am, but I don't feel like I am. Could you stop spitting me out, please? Thank you. Appreciate you. But yes, if you get in first, there's this wonderful trick you can do where you can get red shells, because you can get red shells at first. Leave them behind you, at which point they are a mine, and they just sit there, and as soon as someone passes, it instantly launches out and homes in at them. No wind-up time, just instant homing. I mean, this is definitely a sand before water situation, Chill Pangolin. Even amongst the competitor space, most other racers hadn't really surpassed Mario Kart by 2001. It's true, in a sense. Cannot argue. See you around, J. Palmer. At some point, I hope you play Dragon Age 1. Yeah, no, they probably lifted a bunch of it. I'm almost positive this is the same rendering engine, just obviously with better texturing. And better hardware. Hang on. 1 second. 1 second. 1 second, please. Just wait. Patience. Probably, I was just thinking about that, Saber for Life. I mean, it's worth noting this is the 4th best selling Mario Kart game of all time. To this day. Yes, this one. The 3rd is the DS one I can't remember the proper name of. The 2nd is Mario Kart 64. You know what the first one is, don't front. I'm talking about the DS one, not 7, which is the 3DS one. Yeah, 8 is one of the best-selling video games, period. 8 is silly. There's a figure, which I can't remember the name of right now. There's a factoid, excuse me. It has to do with how many people that have a system also have a game. And there's a term for that. I can't remember what it is. But the blank for Mario Kart 8 is absolutely enormous. It's one of the highest blanks in gaming history. Yeah, exactly, Mortal. I think it is attachment rate. Yeah, no, Mario Kart 64 exploded. I actually played a lot of the DS one. In fact, the first time I ever played Mario Kart with my sister was with the DS one. Sorry, 1 second, please. Patience, please. I'm surprised the Wii one didn't sell better, because the Wii was just a selling machine, but then again, almost all of the Mario Kart games are very good sellers. I mean, again, the SNES one had 2 releases, which, for those of you who don't understand what that means they had to go back, start reprinting new circuits and new models in order to do it. Like, they had to do an additional print run to do the second release of the SNES one. They did, and it sold. World sold pretty well, just not as, like, ball-shatteringly good as the other Mario Karts. There's also been a lot of weird pushback against it. And I don't mean, like, people have invalid complaints. There's plenty of valid complaints. No, I mean, like, there's just weird pushback against it. I guess that's just 2026 in general. People always complain about strange things instead of actual things. Yeah, so, real quick, I just decided to look it up. Mario Kart World, as of December, has sold 14 million units. And that's low for Mario Kart. I think they're happy with 14 million units sold. As we've talked about many times, if you hit the 6-digit range, you're doing good. 7 digits is just, you're doing awesome. 8 digits, you're just running up the score at that point. And yeah, I will say Mario Kart World had the... Zero Melco Blade, I'm sorry. So, it's the Sims 4 problem, right? Okay, you've got this game and it's received tons of DLC and tons of content. It's a polished game. Okay, let's make a sequel. Even in an ideal world, the sequel is not going to be as good as the previous game, right? Now, I call it the Sims 4 problem because Sims 4 sucked, but making Sims 4 in general was a terrible idea because it was following up the absolute juggernaut that was Sims 3. Same concept, right? Anything following Mario Kart 8 is just, it's not going to hold up, and there's nothing else for that. There's no possibility that Mario Kart World is going to beat Mario Kart 8. I actually think they did something smart by deciding to go in a different direction and not have circuits and have the open world approach and have the intermission tracks. Call me a weirdo. But they decided to not directly compete with themselves. And that was probably the smart choice, because they were never going to win that fight, right? Yeah, it's possible in a few years of updates and polishing passes and edits and patches that, sure, yeah, it might someday surpass 8, but right now... Yeah, no, exactly, Metavolert. If Sims 4 had decided to be something completely different and try to go in its own direction, Sims 4 might have had a chance. Instead, Sims 4 was Sims 3, but worse. So... yeah, no kidding, it knows hints. Yeah, for the first time, I can't give any co-op positives. That's just sort of sad. Oh well. This might actually be our new worst scoring. We'll see. This is going to be interesting. Alright, enough Mario music. Let's get to some Mario music. God. Speaking of hell... God, this game sounds so much like Mega Man Zero to me. It's kind of strange. That shake is really irritating too, but I don't know what to do about that. Yes, this one came out 5 years after 64. And yeah, I think I might give a low health Beetle negative. Because it's not great. Run last. I guess we get to show off what happens when we lose. I just stop trying to drift. Drifting is just kind of in this one. This is what happens when you get 7th. Actually, I have Judo Joker. It's nice to play some games I want to play for once. It's just, you know, short. So, we lose a life, because lives exist. Just think, someday we might get to some good Mario Kart games. No offense, play 12. Damn it. Fine, your tastes are bad and you should feel bad. How's that? Did I do better? I was actually thinking about your comment yesterday. The problem is, well, I don't disagree with the idea of simple being not inherently a bad thing. Notice I gave exactly 1 negative to the entire game for simplicity back in N64. Oh, bullcrap. Bullcrap! I was thinking about it like, oh, you little snot. There's no other way that such a review could go, really, right? Simple isn't necessarily bad, but simple by definition means there's just not much there. It means not a lot of negatives, and not a lot of positives, and that was 64 in a nutshell. I'm feeling it, Colgrim. Like, it's already kind of hard to tell what's going on in the SNES one. This is insane. Oh, fourth. Oh, ah! I mean, smaller screen. I don't know why it's worse. I mean, I know exactly why it's worse. The GBA was roughly the equivalent of the SNES. It was a little bit worse in a few precise ways, but like if you zoom out the camera, the GBA and the SNES were alongside each other, just like the DS was similar to the N64. And the 3DS, the GameCube. It was a pretty linear thing for a while there. Did we get fourth? I wasn't even looking. No, we got third. Okay. Oh no, we got second. How did we get second? I did terribly. Ugh, what do you like, Chill Penguin? I'm ready. Nobody likes Sonic. What are you talking about? Nobody likes Sonic. Who plays RPGs for the gameplay other than me? Okay, so that was Toad. What's our next one? Let's do Peach next, I think. What's that, Chill Pangolin? I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm bracing. I'm cringing. Oh god. I know the knife is coming. These are really nothing burger tracks. And I'm sure you'll appreciate this, Playtool. While I gave 1 negative for, you know, nothing burgerness over an N64, I think I might give more here because there's just not a lot going on. You know? Like, I've even proven that I can review tracks this small because of the SNES version. And there's just a lot here. It's very strange. So if I was mean, I would go ahead and make you listen to this music while I bow for 3 minutes. But I want to lose 100% of my viewers, so... oh, looks like there's no Sonic games here. Damn. There's 2 F-Zero games, including the anime one. Hey, look, both Golden Suns. Check it out. Hi, DZ Maven. Ah! There's also the Fire Emblems. This is actually not a bad selection, it's just... I kind of wish it was better. The anime one's the good one. Let's try the other one. No, I'm kidding, I'm kidding. I need a 3-minute song. I need a 3-minute Sonic song. Do I even have... Okay, Sonic Colors. I have the Sonic Colors soundtrack. Here we go. I need something that's 3 minutes long. Perfect. Ahem. Hate you, Joe Biden. Thank you very, very much for the donation. Oh, shoot. I should pull up the phone so I can read chat while I'm bowing. Whatever you're saying, I can't see. No! Where's the chat? Where's chat? Oh, where's chat? Oh my god, why are you so much worse? There we go. Okay, I found chat. I have chat. Whew. I'm safe. How can the anime game be the good one? What makes it the good one? I'm actually curious, because I've never played it. As I mentioned earlier, I kind of missed out on the early GBA stuff. Because I didn't really pick up the GBA until the SP was out. Look, I like Sonic Colors. I don't know what to tell you. Sure, purely by memory, it's my favorite Sonic game. Yep, nope. I can't think of anything that would beat it off the top of my head. At least of the stuff I've played. Wait, I've got it! Sonic Forces! I'm kidding, I'm kidding. Don't kill me. Ooh. Missions, a story, a versus mode, and better gameplay. Nice. It's a shame it's anime. Negative 52 for anime. Sorry, guys, I don't make the rules. Well, I mean, I do actually make the rules. Sorry, guys, I don't... Well, no, I enforce the rules, too. Damn it. Look, it's my fault, okay? I'm just gonna accept this. Look, Dame Celeste. A track editor? That sounds baller. Especially on the GBA. Was that it? Oh, yeah. Okay, that's apparently it. Oh, thank you very, very, very much. Chill Pangolin. Please stop giving me money. I'm sorry. Look, it's not my fault. The Legend of Spyro, Ace Knight, and Sonic. Alright, no more Sonic music. We're done with it. We're done with Sonic music. Does anyone even like Sonic music, really? Like, honestly? What? That's not right. There we go. That's strange. Luigi, why is it raining? Why did you make the rain happen, Luigi? Oh yeah, the oil slicks are back. I know they're actually just water, but whatever. Thanks, Luigi. Yes, the weather is now Luigi's fault. As it should be. I'm noticing not every track has its own music, too, which is strange. But this is the same song that Peach's Circuit and Mario's Circuit had. That's true, the evidence is right there. He's got his weather controlling balloon right there. I am just sucking. Oh my god. It's doing better as Toad. Hi, Ross. Why is DBZ Kakarot 100 freaking gigs, by the way? I didn't even get it downloaded this morning. Believe it or not, that's the closest thing to a good track I've seen so far. No, I'm serious. Oh, it absolutely affects handling. You could really see in the lower right. Do you see the mini-map there? That kind of indicates the level of design and thought put into the corners here. This is a normal racetrack, but some clear effort has been put into the actual design of the corners. And I do always appreciate that, even in a bonkers racer. Like most of these 180s have nice wide curve lines. And the S-turns aren't particularly bad either. I'm pretty sure the rain is affecting handling. Not the raid, though. That'd be silly. Hey, Yada, you, okay. Oh, God. Yada, why? Why, Yada, why? What did I do? Why do I deserve this? Get out of here, Toad. Stop trying to assassinate your princess. Down with the peasantry. Oh no! Thank you for the sub, Yana. As usual, if you want to put that towards up to 3 things, please let me know. DBZ Kakarot. No! I will however put it towards Xenosaga and Jet Force Gemini. If you want to pick another 3rd thing, please let me know. So now we get to go to hell, now that we've done a standard track. Oh my god, Luigi's up here too. Luigi! That's an interesting question, Bladeball. I'm not sure I have a preference between the two, really. The nest block will be shorter, so that'll be nice. But the SNES block will contain some pretty bad games. Like, some really bad games. In fact, honestly, I think on the whole, the SNES block might, like... Blue Shell. Might actually score worse overall than the NES block. No! Oh, that was very much accidental. Still don't know what that means. Which one, Bladeball? Tears. Why do you hate me, Yada? Why do you hate me? You know what? Fair. I can't argue that. That's weird. Sorry I'm not very talkative. This takes a strangely large amount of my concentration because, you know, it's not a very good game. So, I kind of need to at least place in order to progress, in order to do my job. I like that whole stretch of section where it's vibrating. Isn't that great? Waiting for the blue shell at this point. Look at this. Look at this. God, that's disorienting as hell. Ugh. Good morning, Raven. At some point, yes, Walker, but not until the end of March. What is this place based off of? I mean, it could be based on nothing. I guess just generic desert, yeah. Ugh. I've already covered Terranigma. After the Oblivion line, even. Evolution of Gaia is on the list, or for the SNES block, because, you know, that would be nice, Walker, but I wouldn't hold my breath. Now, it might be nice to actually finally be able to clean up the, shall we say, the hidden queue. Because we're getting to the point where the hidden queue is kind of the last of the hidden queues. That sounds like a strange way to put that, but I don't know how else to put that. What's in the hidden queue? Give me a second, I'll tell you. It's the cleanup queue, though. It's stuff that I don't necessarily particularly want to stream, but I should. Either because people have been donating towards it regularly, or because it's been on the books too long, or because we need to get rid of certain types of games from the queue, or whatever. Anything that was grandfathered in needs to be gotten rid of. All the horror games need to be gotten rid of. Stuff like that. Hi, Melkorblade. Did you fix it? Donkey is just taking off. Look at him. I'm not exactly doing badly here, and yet he is just flying. Alright, whatever. All of them for us. The hidden queue, I can't even tell you in order here, is Alundra, Bug Fables, Bug Snacks, DBZ Kakarot, we'll go ahead and remove that. Steins Gate Elite, FF4 After Years, Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3, MechWarrior 5 Mercenaries, The Nest Block, Amnesia The Dark Descent, I Have No Mouth on My Screen, Resident Evil 8, Dead Space 1, Slay the Princess, Commander Conquer 1, Dragon Quest 1, Final Fantasy 2, SNES Block, Wing Commander Block, Bartender Block, Jack Block, To the Moon Block, Comedy Block, Castlevania Block, Beat 'em Up Block, Homeworld Block, Warrior Block, Star Fox Block, SteamWorld Block, Sonic Block. Yeah, no, weirdly enough, they actually have fixed several of the issues this game had from both of the previous ones. It's strange. Like, the enemy AI isn't cheating its balls off like in both previous games, in different ways if you remember. It's just the level design is barely there. It's very strange. What's wrong with Bug Fables? It's been on the list for too long. Some people have donated towards Bug Fables consistently for actual years, but it's just not getting funded because it's only a few people. So this is actually how I've traditionally used Dealer's Choice, was to reward people who consistently put interest towards a game that's just not getting funded. Jedi Fallen Order is extremely likely to get funded this month. So, originally the Mario Kart, yeah, exactly, Lord Haremont. That's also why some of the other games on that list are there, just to say thank you to certain people. I have another small list of games that will probably get added to that list, which I'm not going to tell you, but I'm starting it right here. Anyways, so... there's two big reasons. So first of all, originally we were going to do all the Mario Karts in one block. I realized pretty quickly that that was a bad idea because of the last tournament. I don't know how many of you were there for that, but I actually did a tournament with my sister 2 houses ago at this point. I suppose Cosmic Plutonia? I don't know. Anyways, that was a long tournament because there's a lot of Mario Kart games. And it does get kind of old just playing Mario Kart over and over and over and over again. So, obviously we're going to break it up. The reason I broke these 3 into the initial block is because these are the bad ones. To put it as simply as I possibly can. Everything after this has a pretty solid chance of scoring pretty well. These ones... I mean, remember, the next one's frickin' Double Dash. Put that into perspective. Still getting rank E's. Yeah, Double Dash is a chonker, too. I mean, 8's going to be a long game by itself, because it's 8. I have never encountered that personally, Chill Penguin. So, maybe? Alright, I'm a Luigi. That is not what Luigi sounds like. That is not Luigi. Don't lie to me. Yeah, 8. I mean, let's just get this out there. 8 is going to be the best reviewing Mario Kart. There's no question about this. It's an excellent game that has, like, I don't actually know how many tracks on it. It has 700,000 tracks in it. I don't know the exact number of tracks. 96. And none of them are bad. Here we go. Yeah, Mario Kart Stadium, Water Park, Sweet Sweet Canyon, Swamp Ruins, Mario Circuit, Toad Harbor, Twisted Mansion, Shy Guy Falls, Sunshine Airport, Dolphin Shows, Electrodrome, Mount Wario, Cloud Top Cruise, Bone Dry Dunes, Bowser's Castle, Rainbow Road, Moo Moo Meadows, Mario Circuit, Cheap Cheap Beach, Nintendo's Toad's Turnpike, Dry Dry Desert, Donut Plains 3, Royal Raceway, DK Jungle, Wario Stadium, Sherbet Land, Music Park, Yoshi Valley, TikTok Clock, Piranha Plant Slide, Grumble Volcano, Rainbow Road, that's the N64 one, Yoshi Circuit from Game Boy, or GameCube, excuse me, Excite Bike, Dragon Driftway, Mute City, yes, from F-Zero, Wario's Gold Mine, SNES Rainbow Road, Ice Ice Outpost, Hyrule Circuit, Baby Park, Cheeseland, that's the one we just did, Wild Woods, Animal Crossing, Neo Bowser City, Ribbon Road, that's what we're about to do, Super Bell Subway, Big Blue, Paris Promenade, Toad Circuit, Choco Mountain, Coconut Mall, Tokyo Blur, Shroom Ridge, Sky Garden, Ninja Hideaway, New York Minute, Mario Circuit 3, Calamari Desert, Waluigi Pinball, Sydney Sprint, Snowland, Mushroom Gorge, Sky High Sunday, London Loop, Boo Lake, Rock Mountain, Maple Treeway, Berlin Byways, Peach Gardens, Merry Mountain, Rainbow Road 3DS version, Amsterdam Drift, Riverside Park, DK Summit, Yoshi Island, Bangkok Rush, Mario Circuit, Waluigi Stadium, Singapore Speedway, Athens Dash, Daisy Cruiser, Moonview Highway, Squeaky Clean Sprint, personal favorite, Los Angeles Laps, Sunset Wilds, Koopa Cape, Vancouver Velocity, Rome Avanti, DK Mountain, Daisy Circuit, Piranha Plant Cove, Madrid Drive, Rosalina's Ice World, Bowser Castle 3, and Dwee's Rainbow Road. Oh my god. I don't know. We'll see when we get there, Joe Penguin. We're not getting there immediately. We got a huge other list of games to go through. Look, the Bath one's just good. I don't want to hear it. The Bath one is also a favorite of my youngest niece. Yeah, it's Smash Ultimate. At a certain point, it's just like, yeah, it's gonna win. Like, you could argue some of these are not the best courses ever, and I can't argue against that. But none of those are getting a negative. Right? Yes, Mario Kart 8 is on the Switch, too, by virtue of being on the Switch. Sorry, I happen to be looking at the GameCube tracks, and I'm just curious, like, by memory, what my favorite GameCube track is. I'm kind of torn, because there's a lot of bangers there. I think I'm going to give it to either DK Mountain, Wario Coliseum, Bowser's Castle, or Rainbow Road. One of those. Anyways. I need to look up something super quick here. Oh, no, it's not going to tell me. Um, hang on. Switch 2 can play Switch 1 games, Bregman. It's one of the reasons the Switch 2 is objectively the best console ever made. Oh, Baby Park being hectic is exactly the point. Ironically, the Ring Fit is one of the extremely few games that is explicitly not backwards compatible to the Switch 2. It's a list of like 5 games, Bregman. But yeah. So I was just looking up the unlock requirements for the SNES tracks. I think we might run into PFR on that one. Oh my god, that is disorienting as hell. Are you looking at that? Oh my god, that looks terrible. Oh god, it's also slidey. It's also icy. Oh god, it's terrible. Oh, it's so bad. Okay, this might be our first actually no really bad level. Where's the later stages, I swear. This is unpleasant. Everyone look away, I'll tell you when I'm done with the track. I'll endure it for your sake. Oh, that is awful. This is the official emulator. This is on the Switch. There's no, like, blaming my emulator for this. I don't want to hear it. Right into the corner. Perfectly aimed. So, in order to unlock the other tracks, we need to get first in each cup. So, get a gold in each cup. And then do the cup again, and then get 100 coins in that cup. I know this isn't exactly a long game, but that just sounds repetitive to me. Oh. Okay, that hurt my eyes. Oh, that was unpleasant. It's okay, you can blame me. That was Snowland. 2 words. So, Ribbon Road. I remember liking this on 8. That's not Luigi's voice. That's bothering me more than it should. You remember one of the positives I gave the 64 version? It was to the voice acting, for the flavor it added to the racers. That's not Luigi. Get out of here, Yoshi. I'm Luigi, number 1. Wario's just off, isn't he? Oh my god. This is actually looking to be a pretty good track so far, though. Good placement of power-ups, good usage of corner lines. No bull crap. It's always nice. God, he is so far ahead of me. He is 3 corners ahead of me. That is insane. What? What made me spin out there? I don't understand what made me spin out. Yeah, the colors also aren't eye cancer, which I suppose is low-hanging fruit, but it's still true. I'm Luigi, number 3. Yeah, I praised the game. How dare I? He was 9 seconds ahead of me. What the goddamn hell? What? No, it probably is just gonna not deserve a positive. That's what I'm leaning towards. Speaking of tracks I just mentioned. In Mario Kart 8. It's 2 tracks in a row that are in Mario Kart 8. I know, that's not saying that much. No, Wario, please. Please, I have a family. Wario, no, please. Okay, fine. Die. I keep hearing Mario say something and being confused. It's not me making a joke. It's something that keeps happening. It's like, why am I hearing Mario's voice? Oh, right. Because I'm playing as other Mario. What's funny is it's the other team that constantly dismisses Luigi. Whose names I can't think of. The Mario and Luigi series. You little snot. Enjoy that blue shell, buddy. You've earned it. Okay, this is weird. Is it just me or are the tracks suddenly getting a lot better in this course? Or in this cup? Just in general. No! I had to say something. I had to say something. It's still true. It's still true. I don't even care. These are just much better tracks than the earlier ones. Easier to see, better corners, better obstacles, better item placement, better coin lines. Yeah, no kidding, Rogan. Usually it's the opposite. Usually the later levels tend to suck in these. Like, look at the SNES one. Ugh. I mean, that was... What's funny is Mario 64 was... Or Mario Kart 64 was already a better version of Super Mario Kart. Alright, this is it. Oh, god damn it. That's right, every cup has a Bowser's Castle, except for the previous one. I need Wario to score badly, because that's going to help. You notice the thwomp thing isn't in this game, by the way? Makes sense because there's only 3 tracks, or 3 laps. But in Super, the thwomps weren't activated your first lap, so you could get to know where they were. Oh, that's disorienting. Oh, no. No, 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 no. I'm sorry, game. I didn't mean to speak positively about you. Please stop sucking just because I said something nice about you. Oh, God. Oh. By the way, also keep in mind, in order to get that last unlock, you need to get 25 coins per track. Now, I don't know if you need to do well, but you need to at least place. So you need to get at least 4th while getting 25 coins per track. This game is on fire. That was almost a perfect cavalcade of hitting everything the wrong way. Like, I'm not sure that could have gone worse than that. Oh, wow. Okay. I'm trying to think of the first game where the thwomps really worked for me, and unfortunately what I'm coming up with is 8. Which probably says something. Well, Wario did well. We suck. I haven't gotten first in a single cup yet. There's something amusing about that to me. You are not Luigi. Get off my screen. E-rank! I suppose I should save just to make sure that locks in. Alright. I'm a Wario. I'm gonna lose. I can see it, Blade Ball. Okay, let's do an immediate test, because we just did these levels, right? Let's see how different this feels, if at all. Oh yeah, sorry, stop watching, everyone stop watching immediately. Don't watch the stream, oh god, don't watch the stream. Oh my god, don't watch the stream. Please don't watch the stream. Oh my god. Oh, this level is so terrible. This is so bad. It's the same level, but like it's worse. I'm not sure why it's jittering, just because I'm on Wario. That's kind of strange. I don't remember it jittering last time. Just remember, we're doing this instead of playing Dragon Age 4 Giga Pudding. This is for you. Remember what I do for you, Giga. Remember what I do for you. I mean, you should never cross the streams. Unless... It's just for you, Giga. No one else. No one donated towards Dragon Age 4 except for Giga Pudding. Oh god, this is legitimately nauseating. I've already given this a negative, so whatever, but oh. This is weird. I mean, it didn't do this when we were playing as Luigi a minute ago. Sorry, other Mario. Don't watch this stream, Lanera! No! Don't watch this stream! There's no boobs here! Oh, okay. We're okay. We're safe. So yeah, we absolutely destroyed there. Look at that. 5-second gap between me and DK. Now, I was about to say, if this track does this with Wario, then there's a problem with Wario. Oh, thank God. So you remember how I mentioned the CCs are actually a difficulty selector for the first time in this game? Yeah, this is what I was referencing. I am not very good at this game, as I've already demonstrated. And I'm just absolutely destroying everything. That could be a Melker Blade. It's still true regardless. Like, this is the first Mario Kart game with actual difficulty options. Just weird to think about, but here we are. That red shell really wanted that. Here's what score we're gonna get. instead of E. Yes, Ross. Just think about it. You've got carts, which change things. You've got the racers, which change the probability of item drops. And then you've got the items themselves, which are some of the best items in the business. Only behind, say, 8. No, you're right, Blade Duvall, it did. The GBA just is the GBA. I've slowly discovered that over the years, because there's a lot of GBA games which are just... jittery? I'm not sure what word to use here. Not as smooth. I mean, FF6 is a perfect example of that, but there's several other examples like that. Hello, Czar. Debating if I even really want to do this. Because we're going to have to redo every single cup to unlock Special Cup, and I'm not sure how much I care. I'm not sure how much anybody cares. You know? I do find it funny that the one person who's been looking forward to this run the most is not here right now. What are you talking about? Well, that is the downside, Wolfrail. It's okay, we do have alternative options. Hi. Oh, I'm not going to unlock the SNES tracks. There's no way. That is definitely a PFA territory. What I'm wondering is if the Special Cup is PFA territory, because I'm going to have to redo all 4 other cups now to unlock that. Again. And that's just doing the exact same thing I just did. I think we might pull another trick instead of doing that. How would I cheat exactly? Cheats exist here. Sorry, let me say that sentence differently. Do you know of any cheats? Because if you do, we can look into that. I do not. make me look it up. I see how it is. I mean, yeah. Don't mistake me, Ross. I'll take this over any of the other nonsense. Okay, here we go. This is what I was looking for. That might work out. Alright, we might have an alternative option. But for now, let's go ahead and finish this up. Oh, we're done. A rank. I want to test something, if you guys will permit my indulgence. Let's be a little thorough, because I know this game the least. Part of the reason the previous two games were so short is I didn't need to... Why are there snails there? Is I didn't need to replay them over and over. Because, you know, I knew those tracks, right? I knew those games. I don't know this game as well, so let's do a little testing. Let's do our due diligence here. So everyone look away from the stream. Look away from the stream. There's no boobs. No boobs. It's doing it again on Yoshi. Look at that. Ugh. 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 I mean, if this is what you're here for, hardcore. No judgment. Wow, thanks for the completely useless item. I'm in 8th by a mile, and you gave me a green shell. Don't look at the screen! Don't look at the screen! Don't look. That would be funny later on. Okay, okay. We're good. You can stop looking away. Yoshi! that. How many am I up to? Oh god, I don't remember what the coin counter is. I don't want to look away for a second. There it is, 20. Okay, we're up to 20. I want at least 25. The more I could get, the better, though. Yes, you can look back. The track has boobs. We're okay. We're okay. As long as I keep going. The more of a buffer I have, the less I have to worry about in later levels. So up to 35? God, that's hard to read. Ah. I feel like it's all been compressed, too, all the audio. Because one of the telltale signs of audio compression is it gets a little bit higher pitched. See a lot of DVDs for an example of that. Or Suikoden and Tear Chris. Or like half the games that had voice acting on the PlayStation 2. Yeah, the GBA loves its crunchy text. Whoops! I did not mean to do that. Whatever. No! No! I need my coins. I need my coins. Give me my coins. I want my money. Oh, God. Mario Loan Shark. Let's do it. Let's make it happen. Listen, Mr. Toad. We gave you a very generous loan to make sure that you could get your, I don't know, cake baking place set up. I don't know. I can't think. Ah! The bakery you set up with our generous donation has been providing dividends. So why don't you consider paying some of those back to your generous benefactors? But sir, I'm behind on the medical payments. Oh, that's a shame. It'd be a real shame if that one-up mushroom you bought for your grandma just don't make it to the hospital. Oh my God, sir, please, no. Don't pay anything. I know you will, Mr. Toad. I know you want to do the right thing. Why don't we just reach on deep here? Oh, you've got 33 coins lying around. Well, ain't that a thing? Don't worry, I'll make sure these go to a good cause. Oh God, you're right, it's Don Pianta. Shut up, Colcrum. It's the third time I've done this cup. What do you want from me? In a row, actually. Your luck may turn terrible. And everyone's favorite track, Bowser's Frickin' Castle. There's no boobs on this level. You don't need to look. That's just the code word now. There's no boobs. Look away. Oh, God. Ugh. No, there's none. There's none. Giga, no! There's nothing! There's nothing! Save your eyes. That's the worst stretch right there. How we got on coins? 20. So if I get 5 more, I should be good. Whoa! I looked away for like half a second. What hit me? I didn't even see what hit me. Okay, so you know how the GBA sound font kind of sucks? We actually have already talked about this recently. I can't remember what game we were covering, but it was something that came up recently. Well, I actually think this song isn't bad. I mean, it's not great. Yes, show us where Mario hits you. Do I have more than 25 coins? I don't even care. I don't even care. I'm just going to go for it. Go. Wow. Perfectly navigate through all those coins there. Oh, I would have so much life. Have you seen me play Minecraft D20? You probably haven't, because none of those are official streams. But if there's one consistent thing for me when I'm playing Minecraft, is lava. 34. We're good. That may or may not have gone bad a couple of times in my life. Okay. So, we were testing 3 things there. One was the floor in Snowland. The other was we were testing the difference between Yoshi and Wario. But there's one last thing we were testing. Ring C. But we got 127 coins. Back to Yoshi. Yoshi's the best. Interesting. So I was lied to. One of the things I just read was that the unlock requirements for the SNES tracks are actually pretty easy. All you have to do is do 1 cup in the manner I described. Beat the cup in first place, then replay the cup and collect 100 coins, which we have done. However, you may or may not have noticed, there are no SNES tracks. So. I was hopeful, because that would have been kind of cool. Unfortunately, that means we're going to do this here. Oh no, I wasn't trying to unlock special. Special requires gold and everything. That's easy. What I was doing was something else. I was testing how bad it is to get the SNES cups. And then, they turn off the switch. But we're not done yet. Hopefully. We'll find out in a second. Now for our extremely legal copy here. Is it an S or M? Where the hell? I mean, it's got to be under M. I mean S. Am I just blind? I might be blind. I'm blind! Okay, for real. Oh, okay. It's actually under M. Yeah, the Nintendo Ninjas are on their way. Frickin' Nintendo Ninjas. 1 second. Whoops. Sorry. So we're going to try something basic. If that doesn't work, we'll try something else. $58. Oh my god. Okay, so anyways, Special Cup. Here's all the SNES stuff, by the way. It's just the SNES stuff. We're not counting any of that. So, Special Cup. Oh, Jesus. Oh, jeez. Okay, okay. Jungle levels are always the meanest. You ever notice that? I like the jungle level in GameCube, for example, in Double Dash. But it's mean as hell. And it's extremely easy to lose in the last, say, 2 seconds of a lap. Or 2 seconds of a run. I just, whoops, and you fell off the bridge. Goodbye. And now there's lava. Why is there lava? Don't answer that. Oh, okay. That's a thing that just happened. Well, that just happened. Sorry. Or we'll see plenty of that in Dragon Age 4, I'm sure. Whoa! Oh my god! Oh, that is so bullcrap. Oh, that is so bullcrap. Wow! That's 2 separate points where you can just trip and end up on a previous part of the track. Oh, wow! Okay, let's try that again. And yeah, the rotation of the backgrounds, I guess plural, is a lot of the there. You can also just type exclamation mark in general if you want to. How about Magnus? Oh, there we go. Yeah, this is like the first track in this cup. I just want you to be aware of that. Hello, Elizar. I'm just gonna aim for 4th. That's my goal here. 4th. If we can manage 4th, I'll be happy. I probably can't though. 'Cause I probably suck. Ugh. That line is awful. Just awful. It's right there, too. Didn't want to blow that there, but whatever. You are not Luigi. Shut up. You're not my real Luigi. There we go. See? 4th. Why did you kill my bot, Elizar? Why'd you do it? I always knew you were a bot murderer. Okay, so that sucked. Next. So. I have no idea what this place is supposed to represent. So. It's got the ghost house aesthetic. But, like, where are we? It's also got the soundtrack. Oh my god. Hey look, the vibration is still here. That's great. That's a good thing, right? Oh my god. No kidding, like, don't go! What? Did you see that? Like, Yoshi just wouldn't go. That was very strange, and now I'm in 7th. Because Yoshi just would not go. I don't even fully understand what happened there. That's always my favorite thing in a game, when something goes wrong and you don't actually know what. Like, if I screw up like that, do you see that? What the hell? If I screw up, that's on me. Sure. Okay, fine. Look, I know it's unreasonable to expect a dinosaur to know how to go-kart, but by golly, I've got unreasonable expectations. Oh, Jesus Christ, I don't know, Elizar. Pick 8 random WoW characters. Done! Okay. Whew. It could be the slippy ground, actually, no, since that's a good point. Because, yeah, we've got the slick floor. Although a Warcraft cart does sound kind of fun. War cart? War cart. That's it. That's it. We're there. We did it. Thanks for the mushroom game. It's exactly what I needed back here in last. Damn it. Ah! Oh my god, I am not a fan of this track at all. I mean, Kartcraft is neat and all, but that's going in the wrong direction. Nah, War Kart. We'd have to have a Deathwing cart. Like, there's a lot of standard people you'd pick, like Anduin and Jaina and whatever, but no, we need, like, weirdos. And we lost. And we lost again. Dead last. So, anyways. Try it again. This might actually be the worst track in the game so far. Well, no, that's not true. Objectively, the ice track is worse, because that visual bug is just awful. Like, just atrociously bad. Thanks, game. Appreciate you. And no Alex Strauss, Elazar, for shame. Yeah, slippery road with tons of holes. It's not very clear, like, what is a hole and what isn't. Jump pads all over the place to completely screw with your angles and arcs. And, legitimately frustrating item placement. You don't know who Alex Strauss is. Get out of my stream, Elazar. How dare you? I'm kidding. That's a joke. Don't actually do that. But for real? Hell, I bet Ross and Blacheville know who Alex Strauss is, and they've never played WoW. Alex Strauss goes back to Warcraft 2, as a reminder. Alex Strauss is the queen of the Red Dragons. Like I said, she's in Warcraft 2. She does have boobs, that's true. Yeah, I don't even feel like I earned that win. Oh my god, so this is the Bowser reactor level for some reason? There's a giant react? I don't know what's going on. God, what's with all the usage of the frickin' greats, game? Yeah, Kaito, I need you to disable this reactor. Can't do it. Oh. Well, then I have to kill you. What? No! Sorry, Kaito. It's death time. It's okay, we only have their word on it that there's continuity anyway, so you've probably been dying a lot anyways. I actually like the idea of Bowser having clean energy, because he would. Oh, he'd have lava. But lava has nothing to do with that. Like, the lava's aesthetic, right? His reactor is super clean. Like, that's a, I don't know, a fusion reactor or something. No emissions, no nothing. Oh, that's a honeypot. Oh, I hate that. Okay. Hogger, I could see, too. Yeah, he's a bit of a meme character. You gotta have at least one meme, right? It's required by law. Yeah, Bowser would look at like the big old coal stacks of the Kremlins and be like, "What are you doing? Don't you have any idea how much you're polluting your own territory?" Yeah, isn't it great? What's wrong with you? Listen, let me talk to you about clean energy for a minute, okay? Lend me your ears. Nope, couldn't get a power up at the last second. So this is just on driving. Which is not happening. Oh my god. Hang on, let me give out some negatives really quick for no particular reason. .03. Yeah. Oh, they would, Lord Harem, 100%. Warcraft Dodgeball. Of course, I'm the weirdo who liked the River City Ransom Dodgeball, which, I don't remember what it's called, but some of you probably actually know what I'm talking about, because of how I phrased that. This is weird, by the way. The Star Cup was actually pretty solid. Well, other than Snowland, which was eye cancer. So we have eye cancer plus solid, plus solid, plus solid. And then we go to the Special Cup, which has been nothing but negative so far. Which leaves only Rainbow Road. And of course there's a Paper Mario reference in the distance. Remember, this is by Intelligent Systems. In fact, this is before Paper Mario 2, so that makes even more sense. Pretty sure? Someone double check me on that. When did Paper Mario 2 come out? The original, on the GameCube. Oh, no! No! Okay, so for those of you who haven't noticed, all of the walls are bounce pads. All of the walls are bounce pads. Yeah, I'm biting my tongue because that's not terrible inherently. I say as I'm just sitting firmly in 8th. I can't even see 7th. I can't even see 7th. That's how far behind I am. I was expecting a bounce pad there. Yeah, as usual, this might be cool in a better game. I feel like I've said that a lot lately. Okay, there's 7th. We have made 7th. We have reached the heady heights of not dead last. Well, we're losing that. It's a cool background. I'll actually give you that. Okay. By the way, make sure you get your guesses in, because I'm chopping it off pretty soon. Mushroom, really? Whoa! Dude, same team. And we're back behind Toad again. This is just my life, is being behind Toad. It's a remix of the SNES one. Which... Two lightnings in a row. Yeah, I think the game knows where I am. No! No! Of course it is Alchemist. Why wouldn't it be? Oh, come on. 8th! Yeah, I don't think it's as bad as the SNES one, but... Yeah. Yeah, Lakitu, wake up. Wake up. Keep waking up. Now, there's an interesting game idea. Playing as Lakitu in a Mario Kart game. Don't let anyone fall. I mean, don't let anyone stay fall. You know what I mean. So anyways, that was the game. I'm just going to call it. We're good. We're good. We did it. We're good. I've shown off all the tracks. That's all I really wanted to do. Why is this being weird? There we go. Hem. I mean, that would be like a challenge mode thing, right? Alright, for the next map, you gotta understand there's a bunch of newbies on the track. So, they've never played this game before. What? Yes, you did, Elazar. It was yesterday. I'll let you get your guesses in, because we kind of cut that off early. Or quickly, I should say. But get your guesses in, because I'm cutting it off. Hold on. I looked away for 5 seconds. What happened? Okay, I watched it and I still don't understand what happened. Will what, Elizar? Tassing existing? Why would I do that? Why would I give a game a negative for the fact that a task can glitch a game? That I would have to give literally every game that exists that negative if I did that. There's no such thing as a game that a task cannot glitch. So hold on. I get the feeling I know what we're in for here. Let's scooch forward a little bit. Hold on. What? I actually missed that one. Again. Okay. No notes. Yeah, that's what I thought. Alright, hold up. Yeah, sorry, I'm really slow. I don't know what it is. Let's see if we can find something a little less glitchy. So I just want to see something really quick, and then I'll rewind it. Okay, looks like he's actually playing the map. Good. Good. We're okay. We're okay. We'll just start a little bit ahead here. I just wanted to be sure. You never know. Okay, so special cup, but for realsies this time. By someone slightly better at the game than me. Oh god, does anyone remember what the bug was that we were giving a negative for? It was like the first negative we gave. I don't remember what it was. I don't remember. It was the very first negative we gave, but I wrote down no notes at all. And unfortunately, even though it was only 2 hours ago, I don't remember what it was. Might have been something I thought was a bug. Yeah, it's impossible work. Or that was it. You're right. Thank you, Blake. I knew there was something. That also explained why it was the first thing I gave. I love how he's just playing as Bowser, too. Like, just to flex, I imagine? I don't know. Why not, right? I was just looking at this. There's probably only one Mario Kart game that actually has something that's an honest-to-goodness boss. That's the DS game. I sometimes wonder why they walked away from bosses in the Mario Karts. I'm not sure if it was a good idea or not. I suppose we'll find out someday. Alright, let's see what they do with Rainbow, shall we? Could be applicable. Maybe DS was just an experiment, they didn't like it. I don't know. Sure. Oh my god. He's gonna lap people if they're not careful. No, what I ultimately gave the negative to Rainbow Road for wasn't the jump balls, but it was the damn stars, which actually cost me several times during my run if you were paying attention. You cannot see those stars coming, and you cannot dodge them once they're on their way. So it's just, screw you. A little bit, no. No, it's because they come from off-screen, Giga Pudding, so you literally can't see them coming. It's just... Right? That's just not a lot you can do about that. Oh god, listen to the SNES remix. It's also 5 laps, I just noticed that. This is the first Mario Kart game to not have a negative for enemy AI. In the first game, they were bullcrap. In the second game, they had bad rubber banding. Here, they're just... You know, they're fine. No issues. No positives. They're just... You know, they're here. Yeah, they function. Exactly. Also, the first game did not get the co-op positives, because, you know, duh. Yeah, I'm kidding, Blinto. Speaking of, here's Donut Plains. I have no idea, Giga. I am not the person to ask this. As we talked about, if you go back and play this game now, you don't really have access to co-op. So... Yeah, Super Circuit has an actually insane amount of tracks. Because it includes all the SNES ones. So here's an interesting question. And I mean this question. Do we review the SNES tracks? I think this is a little bit of a gray area, because, for example, future games, when they do a what I call a retro track, obviously that's part of the content, obviously we review that. Thing is, most retro tracks are at least a little bit different. Especially in 8, where they're a complete revamp of the original track. Also, they're all usually part of the game. This is like an extra optional mode where you just get to go and play the SNES levels. So it is different. Oh no, I don't need to. Like, I can literally just grab, copy-paste my review from the SNES one and dump it in. Reviewing it's going to be a joke. But I'm kind of torn. The art is different, but it's the same art from, you know, the other ones. Oh my god. Yeah, I think I'm leaning towards Pillage's Nose thing. I think we're going to include it. I've already given a negative for the fact that nothing tells you it's there. And I think I do agree with the grind negative. Like, I know it's not a big grind, so I'm only going to give the 1 negative for it. However, like, absolutely nothing tells you that you have to get gold in all tracks, and then go get, or all cups, excuse me, then redo each of those cups and get 100 coins in each cup in order to unlock these. And even if it told you that, that's a little silly. Because, yeah, that's excessive. Although, that's actually a good point. I don't know if the manual told it. Never mind, I might triple up that grind negative, I just realized. Because I just realized something. So, if you want to do the 50cc SNES tracks, you need to do the grind. In other words, get gold across the 50cc tracks, and then get 100 coins across the 50cc tracks. Then repeat that for the 100s, and then repeat that for the 150s. So that's actually worse than I was thinking it was. So never mind, let's triple up that grind negative. There we go. And then I'll look up some other things in just a second. Listen, I'm not going to give any negatives to Dragon Age 4, Giga. It's fine. It's fine. You know what would have worked a lot better? It still wouldn't be great, but imagine if you just needed a coin requirement, right? Coin requirements to unlock is actually a very common thing in Mario Kart, and it's something they did in, I believe, basically every Mario Kart after this one. So, this is easy to figure out, right? 100 coins unlocks the 50cc SNES tracks. 200 coins unlocks 100. 300 coins unlocks 150. Boom. In my playthrough I did today, I would have unlocked all the SNES tracks in that method. Just by playing the stages, right? It's still an unlock. It's still bonus neat tracks. It's still cool that they added the SNES tracks. And it's something that's more reasonable to do as opposed to the insanity of doing each cup 3 times, assuming you're doing it well. Assuming no screw-ups. I know I said 3 twice. Each cup twice, assuming you're not screwing it up. Sorry. I have yet to give a single Mario Kart replayability positives. I just thought I'd share that. Yeah, no, co-op's kind of its own thing. And the multiplayer stuff is kind of its own thing. Okay. Whoops. So this is actually funny to me. By technical definition, this is the most Kart, as in track, positives I've given the games so far. And also the most negatives. By double. Hey, Kino Banjo. Thank you for the sub. And if you would like to put that towards up to 3 things, please let me know. Speaking of which, time to go ahead and lock in that guessing game really quick. I've given you tons of time to do so. I feel like Pit Kiss is going to win by default here, but we'll get to that in just a second. The littlest is crying about something, so I apologize if you can hear that. Huh. So. Oh wait, hang on. I want to return to something really quick here. Okay, I already did. Okay, cool. Pause. So. Oh, what in the world? Yeah, this, I don't want to jump the gun, but I think we have a new winner for worst Mario Kart game. And that means, that this probably is the worst, like, in general. Hang on one second. Let me get you some music going here. Here we go. Ah, yeah. Hear that crunch. Hear that crunch! Alright, so net story of +1. Better visuals, completely ruined by the fact that you can barely enjoy them. I'm sorry, I do think, like, as a still shot, I think this game looks better than both previous Mario Karts. But when you're moving, all of that goes right out the window instantly. So that's not great. That's 0.4 per hour, 60% ratio, which is just the worst visuals so far. Gameplay, -15. That's the worst by double of the ones we have covered so far. That is 6.12 negatives per hour. Thank goodness that we cap the density on that. That is a gameplay ratio of 30.77%, which is atrocious. Giving us our final golden number of... Can I get a drum roll, please? So just to cover this, right now, Mario Kart 64 is in the lead with 3, which I stand by. Simple but solid. Yeah. Then we have Super Mario Kart at -12. And at the bottom, and probably staying there, is Mario Kart 3 Super Circuit at -33.72. That's not actually terrible, relatively speaking, but it is 3 times as bad as the SNES version. And I stand by that, having just played the SNES version yesterday. This is rough. This is just plain rough. Oh, and yeah. Yeah, averagely bad is actually pretty accurate. This is... For a Mario Kart game, this is awful. In general, like, as far as all of gaming, this is fine, really. This is the same kind of phenomenon I expect to see in the Final Fantasy series, where most of the FFs, other than 13, are probably not going to dip that far down, right? Below the 0 line. So let's see. Steam World Block. Shadow Hearts Covenant. And Fallout New Vegas for Pitkiss, who won. Congrats, Pitkiss. You're the only one who guessed close to low enough. Yeah, it also has the most grind. That's true. Like, it's just... What were they thinking? It's not like these people don't know how to push against grind. These people made the Paper Marios, which actually have, like, anti-grind features in them. In a good way. Anyways, that means we're starting Dragon Age 4... after the lunch break. I do need to lay down. I am still running a bit of a fever, and I'm still not doing great. So, I'm gonna go do the paperwork, lay down, eat lunch, and then Dragon Age.